We hear it all the time, don't we? On motivational posters and self-help books from our well-meaning relatives. Just be grateful. Count your blessings. Start a gratitude journal. It's become such common advice that for a lot of us, it started to sound like static. It can feel like a platitude, a simple, almost dismissive answer to the very real stress and anxiety of our modern lives. It sounds nice in theory, but when you're buried under deadlines or dealing with personal struggles, being told to be thankful can feel like putting a tiny bandage on a gaping wound. It feels inadequate. It feels, well, soft. But what if we've been looking at gratitude all wrong? What if it isn't some passive, flimsy emotion, but an active, powerful, and scientifically verifiable tool? What if being thankful wasn't just a nice thing to do, but a secret, science-backed superpower that could literally rewire your brain for happiness? This isn't just philosophy. This is neuroscience. It's biology. This is the new, surprising, and profound science of gratitude, and we're moving past the platitudes and into the proof. Let's be honest. For many of us, gratitude has become background noise. We live in a world practically engineered for dissatisfaction. Our social media feeds are curated highlight reels of everyone else's success, creating a constant, low-grade feeling of inadequacy. Ads are designed to make us feel like we're lacking something, a problem that can only be solved with the next purchase. The news cycle bombards us with a relentless stream of crises, leaving us anxious and powerless. In an environment like this, the simple advice to be grateful can feel hopelessly outmatched. This is made even worse by a psychological quirk scientists call hedonic adaptation, or the hedonic treadmill. It's a core feature of our human operating system. You work your tail off for a promotion, you get it, and you feel a huge surge of happiness. It's fantastic, but after a few weeks, maybe a few months, that feeling just fades. The new salary and title become your new normal. You've adapted. The same thing happens with a new car, a new house, even a new relationship. The initial joy is real, but it's often fleeting. Your brain is incredible at normalizing your circumstances, and once it does, your happiness level tends to drift right back where it started. This is the hedonic treadmill. You keep walking, keep achieving, but you feel like you're emotionally stuck in the same place. This is why a life spent chasing the next thing often leads to a sense of emptiness. Every time you reach a new level, the goalposts just move again. The satisfaction is temporary, and you're left needing another hit of achievement to feel happy. It's an exhausting, unwinnable race, and it's right into this exhausting race that the advice "be grateful" is often tossed. Without a deeper understanding, it sounds like a suggestion to just give up and pretend you're happy where you are. This can feel like toxic positivity, ignoring real problems and forcing a happy face. So we're in a tough spot. We are biologically wired to take good things for granted, and we're culturally conditioned to always want more. And the main antidote we're offered, gratitude, feels like a weak idea from a greeting card, not a serious strategy for a better life. It's no wonder so many of us have dismissed it. But this view, as we're about to see, is profoundly and scientifically wrong. The problem isn't gratitude. The problem is that we've been given a Formula One race car and been told to treat it like a golf cart. So what if the problem isn't gratitude, but that we never got the instruction manual? The scientific revolution in neuroscience and psychology over the past 2 decades has finally given us that manual. And what it reveals is nothing short of astonishing. The new science shows us that gratitude is not a passive feeling you wait around for, like a sunny day. It is an active, intentional practice. It's a verb, not just a noun. It is a specific way of directing your attention that, when practiced consistently, triggers a cascade of profound and lasting changes in your brain's architecture and your body's chemistry. Think of it less like a mood and more like mental exercise. Just as lifting weights builds physical muscle, practicing gratitude builds psychological and neurological resilience. This is where we move from myth to science. The word researchers in this field use over and over is rewire. A consistent gratitude practice can literally begin to rewire your brain. It strengthens certain neural pathways and weakens others. It changes which parts of your brain are most active and alters the cocktail of neurotransmitters that shape your daily emotional experience. This isn't a metaphor. It's neuroplasticity in action, the brain's incredible ability to change based on what you do with it. When you actively practice gratitude, you're doing something tangible. You're shifting your brain out of its default mode of threat detection and social comparison and into a state of appreciation. This shift isn't just in your head, it has measurable biological consequences. First, it changes your brain's chemical landscape. A state of gratitude is associated with a release of dopamine, the motivation molecule, and serotonin, the happiness chemical. A regular gratitude practice can effectively tune your brain to produce more of these naturally. Second, it physically changes the activity and, as some evidence suggests, even the structure of key brain regions. We're talking about profound changes in the prefrontal cortex, your brain's command center for emotional regulation. It can calm the amygdala, the brain's alarm system that triggers anxiety. It also appears to influence the hypothalamus, the master gland that controls your stress, sleep, and metabolism. And maybe most shocking of all, large-scale research has provided the first real evidence that a grateful disposition is linked to a longer life. A major study found that people with the highest levels of gratitude had a significantly lower risk of death from all causes, particularly from cardiovascular disease. A mental practice is associated with a longer lifespan. This is the surprising reveal. Gratitude is not a soft skill. It is a biological intervention. It's the instruction manual we were never given, and it's time to learn how to use it. To really get the power of gratitude, we need to pop the hood and look at what's happening inside your brain. When you stop to feel and express gratitude, you aren't just having a nice thought. You are kicking off a series of specific, measurable neurological events. Your emotions are largely a product of brain chemistry, and two of the biggest players in the happiness game are dopamine and serotonin. Dopamine isn't just about pleasure, it's more accurately the motivation chemical. It's that drive to seek rewards and the focus you feel when you're engaged in something you love. When you practice gratitude, you activate the brain's reward system, which can trigger a release of dopamine. Your brain essentially says, "Hey, this gratitude thing feels good. Let's do that again." This creates an upward spiral. Practicing gratitude feels good, which makes you want to do it more, which strengthens the gratitude circuits in your brain. Then there's serotonin, a crucial mood stabilizer. It promotes a sense of calm well-being and contentment. Many antidepressant medications work by increasing serotonin levels. Well, research shows that practicing gratitude appears to boost serotonin too. Some researchers even call gratitude a natural antidepressant for its ability to help regulate mood and ward off anxiety. By consciously cultivating gratitude, you're giving your brain the raw materials to build a more stable, positive emotional state. Beyond chemistry, gratitude starts to physically change the brain itself. One of the key areas affected is the prefrontal cortex, PFC, the CEO of your brain located right behind your forehead. It's responsible for decision-making, self-control, and regulating your emotions. When you feel and express gratitude, fMRI scans show a specific region called the medial prefrontal cortex, MPFC, lights up with activity. What's incredible is what happens over time. Some studies suggest that people who consistently practice gratitude show greater neural sensitivity in the MPFC, and there's even evidence pointing toward increased gray matter in this area. What does that mean for you? A stronger, more efficient MPFC gives you a greater ability to regulate your emotions. You become less reactive to stress. When something negative happens, instead of being immediately hijacked by emotion, your more powerful PFC can step in and help you find a constructive path forward. Essentially, gratitude practice is a workout for the CEO of your brain. If the PFC is the calm CEO, the amygdala is its hyper-vigilant security guard. The amygdala's primary job is to scan for threats and trigger the fight-or-flight response. This is great if you're facing a bear, but less helpful when the threat is an angry email. In modern life, many of us have an overactive amygdala, which is a major source of chronic stress and anxiety. Here's where gratitude works, another one of its miracles. Research has shown that practicing gratitude can help reduce activity in the amygdala. It helps turn down the volume of the brain's alarm system. By focusing on what you appreciate, you are actively teaching your amygdala that the world isn't just a series of potential dangers. This doesn't mean you become naive or ignore real problems. It means you become less emotionally hijacked by them. Your default state can shift toward one of calm and safety, rather than anxiety and hypervigilance. Finally, let's talk about the hypothalamus. This tiny but mighty structure is the master regulator for many of your body's essential functions, including your sleep cycles and stress response. Research suggests that gratitude can influence activity in the hypothalamus. This has some powerful downstream effects, and one of the most significant is on sleep. The regulation triggered by gratitude appears to help you get deeper, more restorative sleep. Many people who start a gratitude practice report sleeping better, and that alone is a massive health benefit. A well-regulated hypothalamus also means a better regulated stress response, leading to lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol. You're essentially tuning the master regulator of your body's internal environment for better health and well-being. The changes happening in your brain don't stay in your brain. When you change the command center, you change the entire body. The science is now making it clear. Practicing gratitude isn't just a mental health habit, it's a physical health habit. A new wave of research is exploring the protective power of positive emotions, and gratitude is a star player. One of the most important metrics for heart health is heart rate variability, or HRV. High HRV is a sign of a healthy, adaptable nervous system. Low HRV is a predictor of cardiovascular problems. Here's the amazing part. Studies have found that patients with heart conditions who kept a gratitude journal showed increased heart rate variability. Gratitude practice is like a workout for your heart's resilience. It's also been linked to lower blood pressure and better overall heart function. But the most powerful evidence comes from a massive study from Harvard University researchers. Looking at data from nearly 50,000 women, they found that those who reported the highest levels of gratitude had a staggering 9% lower risk of death from all causes over a 4-year period, compared to the least grateful group. The effect was most significant for death from cardiovascular disease. This was a landmark discovery directly linking the emotion of gratitude to a longer life. One of the biggest villains in modern medicine is chronic inflammation. It's a contributing factor to heart disease, arthritis, diabetes, and a whole host of other illnesses. Could a state of mind really fight something so physical? The science says yes. Multiple studies have now demonstrated a link between gratitude and lower levels of key inflammatory markers in the blood. How? It seems to be a combination of factors. Gratitude reduces the stress response, which in turn reduces inflammatory hormones. It improves sleep, and we know poor sleep drives inflammation. Plus, people with a grateful mindset may be more motivated to take better care of the bodies they're thankful for by exercising more and making healthier choices. When you put all this evidence together, a clear picture emerges. Gratitude isn't just making you feel better. It appears to be actively helping you live longer. A regular gratitude practice changes your brain to favor happiness and motivation. It strengthens your emotional regulation, making you more resilient. It calms your brain's fear center. It improves your sleep and lowers stress hormones. These brain changes then ripple through your body. Your heart becomes healthier. The chronic disease-causing inflammation in your system is reduced. You're more likely to engage in healthy behaviors. Each of these factors is independently linked to a longer, healthier life. Gratitude seems to be a single practice that positively influences all of them at once. That 9% lower risk of death found in the Harvard study isn't magic. It's the logical, biological consequence of a brain and body tuned for optimal function. The conclusion is both startling and empowering. One of the best things you can do for the quality and even the quantity of your years may be to consciously practice being thankful. So the science is clear. The evidence is compelling. The question isn't, does it work? But, how do I make it work for me? The beauty of this is its simplicity. You don't need special equipment, a lot of time, or any money. It's about building a small, consistent habit that pays enormous dividends. Here are 3 of the most effective practices you can start today. This is the classic, and for good reason. It's based on the work of Dr. Martin Seligman, a father of positive psychology. The method is simple. Every evening before you sleep, write down 3 things that went well for you that day. The key, though, is to also write down why they went well. This second step is crucial. It forces your brain to deeply process the cause of the good event. For example, instead of just finished a big project, you'd write, finished the big project because I was really focused today, and Sarah gave me some helpful feedback that unlocked a problem. Studies show that people who do this consistently report more happiness and optimism, and even fewer physical symptoms. Affirmations are positive statements you repeat to reinforce a mindset. They work by consciously directing your focus and helping to carve out those new, positive neural pathways. Gratitude affirmations simply focus your attention on what you're thankful for. You can create your own, but here are a few ideas. I am grateful for my health and the strength it gives me. I am thankful for the support of my friends and family. I notice and appreciate the simple beauty around me. I am grateful for challenges because they are opportunities to grow. The key is consistency. Say them in the morning. Write one on a sticky note for your computer monitor. Use them to set a positive tone for your day and gently steer your thoughts back toward appreciation. If you want one of the most powerful and immediate happiness boosts ever studied in psychology, this is the one. It's more involved, but the payoff is huge. Think of someone in your life who did something you are truly, deeply grateful for, but whom you never properly thanked. It could be a teacher, a mentor, a friend. Your task is to write a detailed letter to this person, about 300 words, expressing your gratitude. Be specific. Describe what they did, how it impacted your life, and why you're so thankful. Then arrange to meet them and read the letter aloud. Studies found that people who do this experience a massive, immediate spike in happiness, with the positive effects lasting for a month. It's a profound experience for both of you, cementing gratitude in your brain while strengthening a critical human connection. We've journeyed through the myth, the reveal, and the proof. We've seen how gratitude is a scientific tool for rewiring your brain, calming anxiety, and strengthening your body. The science is solid. The only question left is, what will you do with it? Knowing this stuff is one thing, using it is where the real power lies. So here is my challenge for you. For the next 7 days, just 7 days, try one of these practices. The simplest one, every night before bed, write down 3 specific things you are grateful for from your day and why. That's it. Treat it like an experiment. Be a scientist of your own mind and see what you discover. And to kickstart that process right now, go down to the comments section and share just one specific thing you are grateful for today. It can be big or small. The taste of your morning coffee, a kind word from a stranger, the fact that the sun came up. Let's fill this space with a collective wave of gratitude and see what happens. In a way, the most surprising thing about the science of gratitude is that it confirms an ancient piece of wisdom. Your life is less about your circumstances and more about your state of mind. We spend so much energy trying to change the world around us, hoping it will make us happy, running endlessly on that hedonic treadmill. But the data suggests the most profound change comes not from changing our world, but from changing how we see it. Gratitude doesn't deny that life has pain and challenges. It doesn't ask you to ignore the negative. Instead, it gives you a tool to actively balance the scales. It trains your brain to notice the good that coexists with the bad, building a foundation of resilience that allows you to face life's difficulties with more strength, calm, and grace. It doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes you. And by changing you, it changes everything. Thank you for spending this time with me.